Yeah.
I was like, okay, hold on. So at least I'm taking Friday off for what is it? Spring break for my kids. I can't even take the whole week off. All right, I'm hitting live, y'all.
Keela Bila Bungia.
Hello, darling.
Yes,
Okay,
honey,
we
I
are
got,
live.
I got you.
I'm finna play the music.
All right. All right. Okay.
Oh, hold on before Keela fuss at me. She be like, why we can't hear it?
Let me put my vibration. Let me put my do not disturb. Let me focus.
All right, here we go, y'all.
Okay. Oh, boom. That came in.
Okay.
I'm gonna be the energy for Candace today.
She said she's tired.
I know she got that Demi Moore voice. Just backed it up.
Come on, y'all gotta shake it extra hard because Candace is not participating.
I'm trying to start my watch party.
Hey, go Candace. Go Candace. Oh, wait a minute, I gotta stop it. Hey, what's up,
Yeah,
y'all?
I would.
I know, right? Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your girl Dizzy, and we are here for another episode of What You Got to Say. Of course, we are missing our fellow co-host, Mr. Tyrone Gregory. He is assisting his mother and is on the way back to Tennessee. Tennessee. That's why he like Hennessy, because it rhymes with Tennessee.
All right.
So we're gonna say, hey, what's up, Tyrone Gregory? We miss you. We will
Gang,
see
gang.
you next week. So what's up, Miss Keela Mahogany?
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing today?
And what's up, Mr. Cabana Black? How are you, my love?
Hey guys, I'm that dude. Got some colors for you.
Yes, you are. You are. And what's up, Miss Cool Candace? Cool Candace is tired today, y'all. Come on now. Give us some love and energy. How you doing, boo?
I'm doing all right, man. We making it. We making
I'm
it.
that dude.
We here.
No, it's time. It's time.
All my life, I had to fight.
It's all right. Look, see, look, we put on no fronts here. When we tired, we just like, I'm here, but I'm tired. I feel you. I feel you.
That's what you got to say.
That's what you got. That's exactly what she got to say. All right, so our show for today is on behalf of Miss Keela Mahogany. She wanted to jump into this subject today: millennial marriages versus old school marriages. So we're going to talk about the differences and, you know, what makes the new millennials marriages different, our parents' marriage is different, and so on and so forth, expectations and whether or not we feel it's a good or bad thing. So I'm gonna let Keela start this off. This your subject.
Why she ain't tell me? Why she ain't tell me?
Can we kick it? Yes, you can. Can we kick it?
Yes, we can.
Yes, you can. All right, look, I'm gonna throw you a line. How about that? I'm gonna throw you a line. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So millennial marriages. So there are, I was doing some research, you know how I do, about 7 ways that millennial marriages are different than the traditional marriages that you are seeing now. So I want to give you the reasons for the changes first, and then we'll go from there. So one of the reasons that marriage is getting a generational facelift is because often our millennial children are children of divorces themselves. And so they tend to fear going through one. So they are becoming strategic when it comes to love. They're taking more time to find a partner. They're cohabitating before legally committing. And they are all about prenups. And as a result of all those changes, divorce rates are down. So talk to them. Let's go, Keela. There go your line. Let's go.
Listen, people are being very intentional in my age. I'm a millennial. I'm the first 81, going into the millennial generation. And I feel like we're just being very intentional about when we get married, because we want it to be successful, and we're not going to be standing for the mess that our mother and our grandmothers were standing for. And we, as women, I think we're more independent, we're more educated, and we don't take any shit, because we've been taught by that same mother and that same grandmother not to take any shit. So
Right.
I think that yes, millennial marriage is different. And I think I also think that women are probably marrying later in life, having children later in life, and just taking their time and trying not to let the pressure of those family members, friends, people, older people, put the pressure on them to have to be married at a certain time, have to have a baby at a certain time, and all those things. So I'm here for past the millennial marriage. I'm here for the other marriage, the one in the future. I'm with that one, because that one will probably be liberating and, probably a lot more successful than, our past.
Got you. Well,
I mean,
I'm not a millennial. I'm a little bit older chick, but
Well, you Z?
Huh?
Are you generous?
Yeah, I'm a Gen Z. So I think my mentality was already on the millennial piece, because I refuse to settle. I mean, I get it. If people can find their love with their high school sweethearts and all that, and in college, I'm cool with that. But I clearly am not the person I am today that I was when I was in college and high school. And honestly, I think I said this on the show before. I already had in my head, I knew that my grandmother and my mother were everybody was 20 years apart. Exactly exactly 20 years apart. And I was like, I'm not having kids when I'm 20. But I did have a whole little thing that I was like, if I'm not married if I don't have children, and if I wasn't married by the time I was 30, I wasn't going to do it. That was what I said. Mm-hmm. And what is hilarious is I feel that age range is about the time where you have figured out who you are. I think teens and early 20s, you don't know, you somebody different every week. You know what I'm saying? But by the time you 30, you kind of settling into who you are. And then by 40, you're like, this who I am. If you don't like it, F y'all. Do you get into that mentality by the 40s? And so it was crazy, because my husband and I got pregnant at 29. I had my child when I was 30 and got married when I was 30.
They knew. They was like, right. We need to lock her down.
Right. And so, I mean, it is what it is. But I do feel I was in a better place in my life. My debt was paid off. I didn't have a whole lot of financial restrictions. I just didn't have a whole lot of baggage by that point. You know what I mean? And neither did he. And so for us, it felt right. It's like, well, we both bringing stuff to the table with no issues. So, and by the way, love. I mean, that's there too. But
we talking about love? Who talking about love?
Baggage. We don't
have talk about love.
Who talking about love?
So let's move forward. Let's go ahead and do it. So I kind of applaud millennials for that forward thinking. Like, okay, love is love, and I love you, and I want to be with you. But this is for lack of a better term, this is a business transaction that we're going to be a part of for the rest of our life. And so, I think
it's a societal contract too.
Correct. So I kind of applaud the way they're doing some things, but we'll get into some of the other things that maybe I don't necessarily jump on board with.
I can definitely understand that. When you look at where we are right now, just knowing from the way that we were all raised and the way that we all have grown on our own, and then taking those strides and those steps of like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something different. I don't want to follow in that same, oh, you got to marry your high school sweetheart. Shout out to everybody who can do it. There's no way I would marry that dude. No, not at all. I probably would have fought him. Sorry.
Mm.
But just looking at how you have grown on your own and the different experiences that we have all gone through, they were all definitely teaching moments and lessons learned that allowed me to figure out, I was like, okay, I don't want that. I do want this, you know, all right, let me lean this way, or okay, I need to go back to the drawing board and work this thing out. You know, just different things that we were able to actually work through things on our own, whereas maybe our parents and our grandparents weren't given that opportunity. It was, you know, you growing up, you know, whether it was on a farm or in a small city or in the hood or wherever it is, you know, okay, your way out was one for you to get married, start having kids, or some folks were having kids, you know, as teenagers, and it wasn't uncommon back then.
Yeah.
Now, you know, they're trying to keep the high school dropout rate low, and trying to get more information to the young people as far as like knowing about your bodies, learning different things about, you know, okay, let's say you do decide to have children. Okay, these are different things that are actually going to be taking place inside your body while this is going on. So if you are, you know, 13, 14, 15 years old when you're trying to have children, your body isn't even fully developed. So there's already different things that are going to be taking place at that point. Whereas if you were in your mid to late 20s or your early 30s when you're having children, your body's going to react different. And so those were things that I don't think our parents were afforded, that type of information. I don't think that was afforded to them in the age where they were growing up. So now where we have, I think, what was it? Ask Jeeves, I think we all had when we were younger, with AOL. And I think I still remember my AOL email address. But, you know, from that point, thanks, Al Gore. But from that point on, you know, we're able to learn so many different things, and being on the internet and with social media, and people's like, okay, the dating pool in my area sucks. Let me see what's out there. Let me get online, or let me, you know, try this unconventional thinking way of trying to find someone that I actually do find attractive, or someone that I can actually, you know, blend and mend with. And it's like, okay, let's make this thing work. I think we can do this. Let's take a few pauses first to make sure, all right, you got those things going on, I got these things going on. If we're going to put this together, well, if once we do get married, I'm keeping my shit, you keeping your shit, we're going to make this work, push whatever together what we can. And then if, you know, if we do decide, all right, we need to part ways, I'm taking my shit that I brought, you taking your shit that you brought, and then we can split everything else in the middle. But I don't think they were given that opportunity. And I kind of think the way the justice system was, I don't want to say, I'm trying to think of the right phrase for it, but however, the way that the justice system is made for people who do have divorces, who have children involved, and even folks who don't. Basically, once you get married and you decide to get a divorce, majority of the time, the woman's gonna get everything. So you've seen those old songs, "It's cheaper to keep her" and stuff like that. Like, it sucks, but that's the way the justice system kind of made it look. Even when for women that are seeking out child support for someone that they aren't in a relationship with, the system is literally geared towards the woman for her to be financially stable off of this situation with keeping the children, because they automatically assume dad's not keeping the kid. Dad's bouncing and mom's gonna keep the kid. So all this paperwork is geared towards, is she set? Is she stable? Is she this? Is she that? Or will she have it? It doesn't even include the guy in the situation, as if dad doesn't have a part in it. Like, oh, okay, I think that's why some kids call their father a sperm donor, because essentially that's what some of them are. But things are so different now compared to what they were back in the day. I'm glad that we are in a position where we've learned better, and a lot of people are doing better. Some people still have a lot to learn, and the information is out there. So by all means, read a book.
Yeah, so Sam is here. Hey, Sam Boo.
Hey,
so Sam says, this is a really good topic. She said, I married my high school sweetheart, but we grew together. And by together, I mean we grew and he kept up and listened, and I did the same with his direction of growth. It was lateral. I agree with you, Dizzy, waiting until the 30s. I feel like that's when we truly discover who we are. So it does make sense to me. And most parents were about always keeping it quiet, and we're more open about communication and mutual respect.
I've heard that phrase where they say, don't air your dirty laundry out in the street. It's like, whatever's going on inside the house, keep it inside the house. That's between me and you. And
Unless you
not
get
everybody else's, it's not everybody else's business what's going on in our marriage. It ain't for them to find out. If there's something that they need to know about, by all means, keep it clean.
Got you. Got you.
Unless you're getting abused, then you got to speak up.
Exactly. Exactly. So one of the things that they said the millennials are cohabitating and even buying homes together before marriage. More couples are cohabitating, as much as a six-fold increase from their parents' generation, and another move contributing to a decline in divorce rates. They said that living together has become part of the pathway toward marriage. Some couples are even buying homes together before getting engaged, prioritizing home ownership over marriage. This reflects a generational shift in attitudes towards marriage, and as a result of economic condition. Housing prices make splitting a mortgage favorable. What do you believe?
Yes.
No.
Whatever makes you happy.
You have to.
I don't care.
You have to. Go ahead, Cabana.
We didn't do it. We got married before we lived together. Every day that we hung out, or whenever we went out to eat or out to dinner or whatever, I always went home afterwards. I did not live with my husband before we said I do.
Got you. What say you, Cabana?
I just feel like, well, overall, I feel like with the millennials, I feel like it's good that they're bringing something that should have always been, which is the power of choice. I think that you should be able to really decide who you want to be with and not be forced by traditions to make that decision. I don't know how that happened. I mean, I know how it happened, but at the same time, in my back of my mind, I feel like dating, getting to know people, I do believe that you should have a friendship with the person that you're marrying. I don't think you should marry someone that pleases you sexually or just pleases you in a general sense, and that you can look at them even when they're not as cute and find them still attractive in some other way. I feel like that is something that the millennials have done, where they're breaking a lot of the stereotypes, you know what I mean? But my issue is, of course, balance. I feel like when you live with someone before marrying them, you take away a lot of the adventure of the marriage, because I feel like you can always be over their house all the time. You can always get in the bed and do what you want to do all the time too. You can always do anything you want to do, but once it's finally that seal of the deal and you're in the house together, because I do believe the missing part is the break. I don't believe, I think millennials are starting to understand that we can be separated, and all these things that this itemized list that they're doing, I think is cool as far as like the things that Candace and everybody's saying. But then the breakups that do come is because now I don't got no space. You're not giving me my space. Well, I feel like you didn't engage into that part. You went in and made your relationship this whole journey, and now you get married and it's not a difference. It's really the same thing. You know what I mean? So I think the element of not, because surprise is the wrong word, but the element of the joyous journey, you know what I mean? Like, I definitely agree. Like, I probably, when I get with my mate, you'll spend the night at his house, I spend the night at my house, that kind of thing, and we'll get to know. But I will look forward to the days that I can wake up and be like, I ain't got to go to nobody's house because it's our house. Right. So I think that element is one of the things that, for me, is a nice element,
Okay. So for me, it's a little bit different. I understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So I really think that decision is individualized, and it depends on the people that are involved.
True.
So I moved out of my parents' house a couple months before my 21st birthday. All right. In my entire adult life, I had one roommate for 1 year only. She was my best friend. Her and I are still cool to this day, but we would not be had we lived together any more than that 1 year.
Mm.
We would not still be friends. I mean, it was a cool journey and everything, but I was like, you know what? I'm not the type of person that want a roommate. Because for 20 years of my life, I had only been around my nucleus. Mom, dad, brother. That's it. Living with. So that was the only type of living situation that I was able to relate to. So when I got a roommate who grew up differently from me, different background, different so on, the way that we moved in the home, the going out and all of that stuff was never an issue. You know, the visitors coming to the house was never an issue. Just the way we moved differently in the house became an issue. And for me, after the year lease was up, I said, I have bought a house. You can either stay here and take over the lease or find somewhere else to be. But I am finding somewhere else to be because I need to. Because I need to be on my own because I have not been. And two, I don't want to tear up this friendship that we've had since high school because I can't live with you. You know what I mean? I love you, but I can't live with you. Right. And I think that this is what the millennials are trying to see. Now, I am not for buying a house. I'm not making a major couple $100,000 purchase with you, and I don't know if I'm gonna be with you. I'm not doing that. But I can say, let's do this apartment thing. I did not do that, but I can say, let's do this apartment thing and let me see if I can live with you. I can like you. You can come to my crib. I can come to your crib and we can chill and date and all of that stuff. But people's living habits truly can be a deal breaker. You know, it can be a deal breaker. Luckily, my husband and I, when we were dating, we lived 2.5 hours away from each other. So it was a long distance relationship when it started. So it kind of had to be you come over my house this weekend and spend Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I come to your house Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But none of that for the dating that we had prepared me for living with a man.
Come on here.
None of that.
Come on here.
None of that prepared me for living with a man.
Woo.
Period. And so until we Keela had to smoke on this one, it was necessary.
Yeah.
So when we finally, here we go. Look, let me soften the blow. I love you, boo-boo. You know I love you.
You're like, right. She about to see.
Right. But nothing prepared me for that. And so our first year of marriage was difficult because I know that I'm difficult. I know that. So it was very difficult for me then again, because again, like I said, I lived with this person, that initial roommate, in my 20s. So it had been almost 10 years since I had to live with anybody but my dog. You know what I'm saying? So jumping into that with another human being who had a different background, different raising, different way of maintaining the house, that first year was difficult because it's like, yes, I love you. Yes, I love you. Look, you love me when I'm ugly. I love you when you ugly. You love me when I'm sick. I love you when you sick. But when there is no way to get space, that is an adjustment to realize, can I share my space with you? And I think that, we waited, but I can definitely understand a millennial saying, let me live with you for a year first. Let me find out what all your little quirks are. Because if there is something in this deal, a quirk that I cannot tolerate, either we gonna work it out or we're not. And so I can understand millennials doing that. So look, Kat says, my ex-husband and I were fine dating, but when we lived together, I'm so thankful that 20-year nightmare is over.
Mm-hmm.
What say you, Keela?
Look, Kat, listen. I'll give you a hug because I can only imagine. Look at the puppy.
Who's that, Fuzzy Black?
Okay, I just had to interrupt because Hannah came over with Keith, but brought me a painting, but they got their dog Onyx. Everybody say hi to Onyx.
Oh, hi, Onyx.
Oh, hey. Oh, I know I got to about my little
Oh, he's so cute.
I'm so, look how precious he is.
What you
Cabana
got
gonna get
to
a dog.
say, Onyx?
He's
Cabana
so
said he ain't dealing with kids, but he'll get a dog.
Oh, I would definitely get it. Oh, okay. We don't have to get focused. Say bye-bye. Oh, Lord.
Bye, Onyx.
You are.
Why does Onyx sound like the name of a dog that Cabana would have? Cabana is Black and Onyx.
Yes.
Oh, him in love. Look at that.
Jesus. Okay, let me go on mute real quick.
What say you, Keela?
I mean, yes. So I 100% agree with living with somebody because it's easier to get out of a lease than it is out of a marriage. I'm gonna say that.
Yes.
Definitely. You can run away from a lease. You could just run. Be in another state, in another country. You cannot really run from a man or a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just flee. You can if you are being abused, though. If you are being like, just leave that nigga. Like, just leave. But I think it's really, I mean, I like 100%. I understand what type of like maybe joy and happiness that it probably that you had, Candace and Dizzy, for like not living with your partner before. Right. I can understand how that can be exciting and, you know what I mean, new and everything, but nah.
Gotcha.
I couldn't. However, living with somebody should also be taken with great care. Like, I don't think you should live with anybody that you don't see yourself with long term. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying just live with every little boyfriend, because no. I think that you should actually be by yourself as long as possible. Like my aunt says, do everything and everyone before you settle down.
Not everyone.
She said
everything. That is a great woman. That is a great woman. That you want to. Not everybody, but that you want to. You know what I'm saying? That could be two people.
Too late.
You're trying to clean it up now, Dizzy. It's too late.
Everyone. She basically gave y'all your whole license. Everyone.
She gave you her little black book. Like,
that's right.
Your whole card.
Look,
use this.
Best advice I've ever received.
Say, this is your list. Take care of these. And what's that boy named Bobby? Yeah, Bobby. Girl. Yeah. Do Bobby.
If you want to, you know what I'm saying? So I like really live with that, because that is something serious. And I even feel it today, like how serious it is to be in a marriage. And like, it's forever, you know what I'm saying? In your mind, you know what I mean? Even if it doesn't last forever, you do, I think, like, you think about it like this is supposed to be for life. And so things are even more intense than they are when you're dating. But I think that living with somebody, you can see what you can take and you can't, you know what I mean? Right. Like, I don't like smacking. I don't like smacking. Like, it is my number one pet peeve. I will commit homicide if like somebody is smacking near me. And so that was one thing that was very important, that the person I live with doesn't smack when they eat their dinner, or else we will never, like, I would not even be with them. That's one of the first questions I ask somebody. Like, do you
be like, hey, how you doing? I'm Keela Mahogany. Do you smack your food? Do you chew with your mouth closed? Okay.
Because if you don't, we can't go further than this. And so, like, that is a real thing for me, that if like Sebastian smacked more than he does, I'm working on him, y'all. Then
we told
like,
you R&B music.
Somehow in year 4, he was like, this is what I'm about to start doing, because he hates me, you know. So but if that was like something that I knew in the beginning, like that would have been a real issue for me, you know. And so I think living with somebody helps you see that. But I 100% am also for not living with that person. But that could be hard because it is
Okay, I
definitely
got a
harder.
question. So Kat also says, I live with my ex for 6 months, do it for at least a year, if not longer. So, I mean, this may not be a fair comparison, but I'm about to throw this comparison out there. How is living together prior to marriage and not living together prior to marriage to test the waters and see what's up and make sure that you're compatible?
Mm-hmm.
How is that any different from sex before marriage and waiting till marriage?
Yep.
Because I believe that if we not compatible,
yep,
and you ain't willing to bring in some toys and electronics, we might have a problem. Yes, Cabana.
Okay. First of all,
hold on, wait a minute. Disclaimer: not that I require electronics nor anything else.
I'll say first of all, hold on.
First of all, what's the problem? I'm not
Bobby.
No, listen to what I said.
That's why she called him Bobby.
I don't.
That's why she called him Bobby.
Right.
His nickname is Bob. B-O-B. Battery operated boyfriend. That's what that was. You wasn't slick. I knew exactly what she was doing.
I like Bobby too. But
no, I just wanted to make sure that y'all understood. I wasn't talking about me. I'm just saying, look, I got a toy box too, but it's not required.
Right, because your Bobby, our Bobby's with a Y, not Bobby's with an I.
It's requested, it's not required. But I'm just saying, like, what's the difference? Like, should you not know what you're getting prior to committing? Just curious.
I don't think it's a requirement. I think it's like you were saying, it's up to, it's individualized. You got to itemize it. It's each person on their own. Some people can not live with someone and then be married for the next 30 or 40 years. Mm-hmm. And then you have someone that they need to test the waters. Like, I get it. You're not gonna just pull up a car on CarMax and be like, hey, I want to buy that one and never test drive it.
Thank you.
You gonna go figure out what that, look, how long does it take to get to 60? Is it creeping? Can I get through a red light if I need to? Can I get through a yellow light if I need to without somebody catching me? That's what I need to find out.
Are we in traffic?
Are we in traffic? Do I need to get in the front of this dummy who keeps speeding up, slowing down? Can I zoom? I need to know if I can zoom. So by all means, if you feel the need that you need to test the waters first, none of your business.
Agree.
You don't catch no flack from me. This your life. I'm not keeping your bed warm at night. I don't care what you do.
Right.
But as for me and mine, each person is on their own. Each person has to figure out whatever's going to make them happy, whatever is going to make them comfortable. And for me with my spouse, that's what we did. We figured out a level of comfortability between the two of us. Be like, yes, there's love. Yes, there's support on both ends. But am I comfortable with you? Am I able to be my authentic self with you? Mm-hmm. Do I not have to pretend? Do I not have to walk on eggshells because I'm not sure how you're going to react to this particular situation or question? Is like, okay, I know with me personally, I have to work on my delivery for how I'm saying certain things.
No, you don't. You fine. They need to put their armor on. Candace is not that. Look, Candace ain't that raw. Y'all stop. Look, whoever is out there in the United States of America coming for Candace and her delivery, leave her alone. She is not that raw.
No, not at all. And
not at all.
You have to deal with that.
Look, when y'all think Candace mean, call me. Then you see. All right. Look.
This said, then you'll see.
Then you'll see. But look, go ahead, Cabana. What you want? Look, I see he had eyebrows. He was upside down, fork eating. He got something to say. What, okay. Cabana?
These Dijon devil eggs. Amen. All right, so yes. Anyway, my sexy is coming full.
Yes, because that beard is on point.
That beard, look. Yeah. Look, might tickle a thigh or something. Ow.
Anyway, so this is my thing. Okay, so I think to me, like, okay, say for instance, you get with somebody and like, first of all, okay, Candace, you and your husband, y'all chemistry is everything. So say for instance, hypothetical, y'all get together for 6 months and the personalized, everything is amazing. And you do have sex and it is not what do you do with that? Because I feel like for me, like when it comes to marriage, I'm not married.
You're gonna stop. Put your eyebrows down.
Look,
Keith.
I'm not married, but I feel like if I make a connection with someone that really floats my damn boat, you know, I'm like scuba dive, boop boop bam, then isn't it like, well, we just gonna have to learn and teach? Because where would you find that connection from? Because
Only if they're willing. Only if they are willing.
They gotta be willing, and there's always porn.
Wait.
I'm just saying.
But wait. There was shots. I love it. I'm just wait. Okay, I gotta take an imaginary drink. That was good. Okay, so I'm saying, say in marriage, when you get with someone, isn't it about, like, of course, working together? Because there's no perfect marriage, right?
Right.
Like,
Yes.
you cannot find like that, Bolo in the bed, Will Smith for fun. You can't, like,
right
there. So I'm trying to say, like, wouldn't that mystery of finding out that person be just as thrilling because y'all both working together? And like Dizzy just said, there has to be a willingness for both people.
Definitely.
So like
the connection is more important. I agree with you, Cabana. Connection is definitely important. But I will tell you this: people that I have had a connection with,
come on.
However, the bedroom game was not what I expected. And then on top of that, they were not willing. They are all called ex-boyfriends. They're called, and I will tell you why. And look, I'm gonna be real. I'm being real, Cabana. They're called ex-boyfriends, and I'll tell you why.
That's a meme. Everybody make a meme now.
Right. But because it depends on what is important to each person.
Right.
To me, my mentality, and look, I am very transparent when it comes to this, but hopefully my mom and dad ain't watching, but
Mama is up here.
My mom here somewhere. She ain't popped up and said nothing yet, but she's somewhere.
Yeah.
My mentality, in a general sense, has been groomed by my father. Okay. So my view on relationships is more similar to a man than a female. Okay. I have accepted that about myself. So if you can't keep me in this, and I'm talking relationships first. If you can't keep me focused, if you can't keep me entertained, if you can't keep me stimulated, my eyes will wander. I will start wondering. You know what I'm saying? You have to keep me still, but that is something that I authentically communicate from the beginning. There are things that I enjoy and that I am into that may not be mainstream. So I say it in the beginning. This is what I'm interested in. You game or you not? If they're not, there's no reason for me to continue this conversation because you are not for me. But Judy, don't.
Say it, Judy.
She talking about, yes, I'm here.
I'm about to say, because she's in there.
Look, she popped up on my live. Look, so if you're not game to even explore what I am into, then there's nothing for us to discuss. It's not even fair to waste your time. Okay. Because I know I will cheat. If I will, relationships, not my marriage, because he plays. Yay! You know what I'm saying? But
he already knew.
Relationship, they were not willing. They didn't want to. They weren't willing to play in the toy box. If you're not willing to play, then this game is not for you.
I need somebody to play in my toy box.
You see, exactly. So
if people are afraid to open Pandora's toy box.
But that's where willingness is extremely important. At least be willing. If I put 5 things in front of you and you be like, all right, I'll play 3 out of 5, I can compromise with that.
But what about 1 out of 5?
Huh?
What if your husband only wanted to play 1 out of 5?
He would not have been married to me.
But what if what if there's something new in the future, now that y'all are married, that you want to do, and he's like, no.
If I can convince you of one, I can convince you of the other 4.
No. What if it's like
Yes.
a hard no?
Yeah.
But I'm saying, what if it's like a
if there's a hard no, then don't put the ring on my finger, because
no, what if it's something that you really enjoy, but he doesn't enjoy?
If I'm not
after he does it,
if I'm not going to be stimulated, if I'm not going to, if my attention is not going to be kept, then we need to have a conversation of how do we make it, because I love the connection I have with him. So if this is what we're going to do, and you're only saying you want 1 out of 5 and no more than 1 out of 5, then we can discuss other options. If you are not willing to negotiate on these other 4 options, I am not for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm fine with that, because again, the ones who were not for me are called ex-boyfriends. I don't want to have to resort to cheating when I'm telling you what I need. If you cannot give me what I need, and I'm not willing to negotiate those terms, I am not for you. But here's, and this is why I can stand so firm on it, because I didn't get married till I was 30. I already know what I want.
Right.
I know what I want. I know what I'm going to stay faithful to. I know what I'm going to stay connected to. I already know it. Somebody in their 20s might not have known that. I know. So I can give you 3 out of 5, but if you're a hard no on everything else and I'm telling you what I need, then if it's not you, then are you allowed? And I'm not saying that I'm necessarily game for polygamy and all of that stuff, but do I need to pull something else? And are you going to be cool with that? Because if you're not, I am not for you. Not saying polygamy is for me, but I'm trying to give you options so that you are the person.
Use these disclaimers.
Reese, don't play with me.
Look, because he's right upstairs. He might come downstairs and like,
I'm not saying that.
Look, he'll come downstairs. Wait a minute.
So what you're saying is.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's unfair knowing what you want going in the door. But I also understand that there's a level of compromise. There's some things that you're just not going to compromise as a woman and or a man. There's just certain things you're not. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, we about to get raw real quick. If you are someone who enjoys giving and or receiving oral, right, and your mate does not give nor like receiving, that's a game change. What? Why are we even sitting here having dinner? Why? I'm not even going to finish my dinner because there's nothing to talk about.
Yeah. But that's how people, honestly, I know some friends that literally broke up and some people that got divorces. And that's why I think it's really good to have this part, because I do think that communication part, because when I think about the millennials, I hope I'm saying it right. Like I said, I like them, but the one thing I don't like is they do lack a certain amount of passion. And I'm not talking about the ones that have a curve to them like Akila, because she got a curve to her. Thank you.
I do.
But most of them, it's like I said, it feels like an itemized list. It's like, do this, we do this, I want to make sure we straight, let's go in here. And it's just moving along instead of having the experience. And I think that's where both worlds should come together and collide, because I think passion is what makes any relationship or anything get that boiling point and that temperature rising, instead of just, because you can have a great relationship, meaning like y'all on the same plane, you feel good in bed, you talk about things, but they could be like, how I only can relate it to some singers. Like I'll see some singers and I'll be like, they are so dope, but so empty. Like I think Jennifer Hudson is a bomb singer, but I feel nothing. But I'll watch Jasmine Sullivan and be like, good God gracious, what just happened? She's not doing no different, but it's like she's giving. And today I posted and I said it, I am over cheap music and naked artists. Yes. That's how I feel about relationships. I really want a relationship where there's some passion and there's some fire. We can do all the other things, but like I said, I think the millennials, they have the right direction, meaning like choice and decision and looking out for yourself and making sure that you're in a good place. But I think old school has this, I love you. I just, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to be where you are kind of thing. And I that's the only thing that I see that's missing when I look at the new ones.
I have to throw the comment of the
What is
I gotta throw this comment. So one, of course, one of our favorite listeners, Lance, came in and said, hashtag Cabana's marital status matters too. However, comma, Lance then followed up and said, Cabana wearing that Rubik's Cube shirt, waiting for someone to come turn him and flip him on every side to try to match the colors. What?
I got a person.
Lance is crazy.
Love it. That was like the best.
That's a good comment.
Look, I'm speechless. I'm stuttering.
Look, okay, so we got a lot of comments I missed. Okay, hold on. All right, so we've got, look, we were sitting up here acting a fool.
Well, you know what? My side, you got 5,000 laptops. I only get one stream, so I can't see, but no.
It's all right. Okay, look, so Shane says, I think folks confuse marriage. It's not a destination. It's a starting point for development. Lance said, when I said till death do us part, I realized later I was just setting a goal. There's never a dull moment in my house. Shane said, my husband and I are fundamentally united, but so different than who we were from when we started. Sex is easy if you communicate and participate. And the hard part is that embracing a human in their fundamental parts. Because at the end of the day, the dick is gonna die, the womb is gonna dry. And if you don't work on the other parts of your relationship, if you don't work on the other parts of your relationship. My homegirl Chardonnay was like, Lord, I've been missing the live shows. I picked the right one today. Shane asked a side question, and why are dudes afraid of sex toys? I don't know.
Because, should I say this?
I think some of them it makes them feel like they're less than, or maybe it emasculates them as if it's like, am I not enough? Like, that ain't got nothing to do with it.
No, you're not.
And this is
you know, like, do you understand what what batteries do, what an extension cord does when you plug something into electricity?
Let me tell you.
You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Let me say this real quick. When you put a cup and some strings in a cup, right? You can hear. Like, I could talk to you in the other room. Like, we could do that. But if you have an iPhone, like, I can see you. I can, like, the colors are brighter. The music is, you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel better. Don't be afraid of those toys.
Can I just say what my mama just said? Wait a minute. My mama said, that's right. She was taught very well by her father when it comes to knowing what you want in a relationship. Gator and I will be married 46 years in June. And we lived together before we got married. But life provided the excitement along the way. We grew and matured together.
That's what I'm talking about.
I hope you muted that other stuff, though. That's all I'm saying. Just
it's about them toys. I think with men.
Hold on, wait a minute. Shane's.
Wait.
Shane just said.
What is that?
Girl, my dick can't vibrate at 15 different speeds with electrostimulation.
Sure can't.
She sure can't.
Wait, but we're going to a whole nother place. Wait.
Then Lance says everything is possible with a well-placed thumb. Go ahead, Lance. But here's my thing. What guys tend to forget, and not all guys, but the ones who are scared of the toys. For guys who are scared of the toys, real simple. There are toys that we can put on you while you pleasing us.
But see,
stop tripping.
No, but
we still want you. We just want all the accessories that come with it.
Look, this is the thing. Women have 3 areas of concern, 3 areas of playness, and then some fundamental areas of you sensual and you can do all that, lickety slit and stuff.
Lickety slit, not split.
3 areas.
Split.
It's multiple plots.
But it's multiple. What I'm saying is, men, when they focus, they only think front back. They don't even get into this. They think front and back. And most men, when you say back, they say, no, that's not a snack. So unless they feel like the back is a snack, then they're not going to let you get back there. Period.
Not you.
And I'm just saying that most men look at things like,
That's true.
That's just front and back. They don't look at the sensual things that you can do.
That's
and
true.
things that can happen. They look like, oh, you trying to, you're not trying to do that. No, you're not trying to do that stuff. Why
are you talking like this? What?
Wait a minute. Why did our French cousin Frank Olivier say, are y'all really talking about sex toys right now, or is something wrong with my Google Translate? So he's trying to translate the show, and he like, wait a minute, this is not about.
Yes, we are talking about sex toys.
We weren't supposed to be this way.
Millennial marriage. That's what he's supposed to be. Oh Jesus!
Listen.
Okay, so one of the things. More millennials are not marrying at all. Estimated 25% of millennials are ever likely to marry. Their marriage rates are declining as several millennials are finding marriage less important than it used to be. Marriage rate has decreased to half of US adults in 2017 and from 72% in 1960. So some of them are just saying, screw it, I don't want to be married. Thoughts?
Do away with it. Do away with it. Listen, I would preach that to my youngins. I preach it to my youngins.
I want to be married.
Do you for as long as you can do you. I just think marriage is dope. You know what I'm saying? Let me say that first. You know what I'm saying? If you find somebody, but there are 333 billion people on this damn planet. You know what I mean? To feel like that you have to decide in your 20s that, this is the person I'm going to be with for the next 80 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to make those type of decisions. They're pretty big decisions. And I feel like the millennials are understanding that, and they're passing it down to, the next generation, because like we were saying in the beginning, this is a business contract. This society, the government, they will make you abide by that contract. And that's when your assets have to be split, and people can end up in really terrible situations. You know what I'm saying? If you have children, you can be put in a terrible situation. So I think being more thoughtful about all of your moves.
Wait a minute.
Know what I'm saying? Hello.
Is that what you're going to do?
Well,
I
mean,
hold on,
what kind of show are we having?
What
kind of show is this?
He's going to take Xavier to the basketball tournament.
Oh, he doing fatherly things.
I can find my sugar.
Look, he don't. look, little goober moment. Little goober moment. Me or my husband never leave the house without giving each other 3 kisses. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Every single time. So he gave me my 3 kisses yesterday, today, and tomorrow because he's going to the basketball tournament. I can be a goober. Shut up.
Where my Teddy Zaddy at? Where you at?
Let me find your ginger zaddy.
This is crazy.
I just think that it's really important to understand that aspect, because you can be with somebody for the rest of your life without ever marrying them, and have the same passion for them, have the same commitment to them, have the same understanding, communication, and all of that. Okay. The marriage part binds you, you know what I'm saying, to some legal stuff. And so I think that millennials are starting to, like, along with those lists that they have for the people that they're going to be with and the way that their life is going to go, because we understand that shit is real in adulthood. Y'all know that. How many times bills are due? Every day. Okay. It's always. You are always an adult. Once you become an adult, you are always an adult.
I feel her tension, but we do have Oprah Winfrey. She's done it a long time.
Hold on. If you don't quit, Oprah Winfrey.
She is.
I know we have regular people.
A regular person is not a good example, because we're trying to give them the broader picture, because most people think success. So when they look at us, they may not think success, but some people have to associate a bigger iconic picture, like, oh, since Oprah's doing it, then that's a good example. And to be honest, Oprah has been that way since day one. And Stedman looks quite happy being.
I mean, we don't know what Stedman doing. We don't know what's happening with
Stedman
that.
is locked up. Look, Stedman is locked up in the 50 Shades of Grey room at Oprah House like this.
This is a cultural wives' tale that we have no idea about. Well, we don't know what Oprah and Stedman are doing.
I'm trying to bring some receipts to what you're saying, because
what I'm saying, but it's better for the regular people, because like you have to know that you being an individual is very important. And I think that's where I'm kind of going with this.
Okay.
Not losing, some people lose their individuality in marriage. And I'm saying that I think millennials are just, they understand that you don't have to do that, and you can be with and love somebody without ever being married to them, because the process, if that doesn't work in 10, 15, 20 years, like we have seen, what, 50%, you know what I'm saying, of the time,
right?
If this thing goes bad, I can be financially ruined. And we all understand what this society feels about people who are in financial hardships. And so like just being a bit more mindful about actually signing those marriage documents.
Right. Well, Shane actually chimed in and said, but look at gay marriages. While marriage is a social contract, it also ensures, it also ensures social rights for medical access. But you have to think about this too. We just recently gay marriages were allowed. That doesn't mean their relationships were not still going on. That doesn't mean that they still weren't together for 10, 15, 20 years. So they are proof that it's doable. You can do this for 10, 15, 20 years and not sign a piece of paper. However, that piece of paper is important when it comes to health care, medical access, so on and so forth. So really it's just about a document to give you access to the equal rights, I guess you could say, versus just, people signing marriage documents for love. Because I also know, and I see you, Cabana, I got you. You have, I only watch this show at my sister-in-law's house, but you have shows like 90 Day Fiance. These motherfuckers ain't in love. They signing paperwork and being married so that they can get U.S. citizenship. Mm-hmm. You just want to be a United States citizen. And in order to do that, you are willing to play love. Because I don't believe these people are in love. I mean, like I said, I only watch it sometimes, but I don't believe you're in love. You're coming over, you're signing these documents because you want to be a U.S. citizen. And you have to prove to the world, to the U.S. government, and to whatever entities that may be, that this is a true marriage in order for you to receive your citizenship, especially when it comes to the interview. So I agree with that. Go ahead, Cabana.
My question is for the ladies of the panel. For each and every one of y'all, since y'all all are married, but y'all are super independent, y'all are the definition of don't F with me, which is great. But I wanted to know this question. What do you love about your marriage?
I'm gonna let y'all go first.
Damn.
Why would you do that? Why we gotta go first?
Well, be like,
then she left.
Go, and then she let us go.
Oh, this feels like a setup. This feels like a setup.
So, like, well, really, what do you love about your marriages? Like, I would love to know that.
I'll go. I love the fact that we're kindred spirits. It's not that we love doing the exact same things that each other does, but there are certain things that we love to do together. And it could be something as simple as Saturday nights watching UFC fights. And, after the fights will go off, we're still upstairs, the kids maybe sleep or playing on the game system or whatever, or, whatever. But we'll turn the upstairs into like our own little club. He'll have the lights going. We'll have the music blasting. He got the surround sound on, and we can turn up in the upstairs area as if we're in the club. We got the bar over there. We got our drinks flowing, and we are having a good fucking time together. Just the two of us, like just enjoying each other's company. The different things that we've done, the experiences that we've had, the way we make each other feel. I couldn't have dreamt of having a better life, of just the things we've accomplished, all the fucking fun we have. God dang, like we have a good time. It's never the same day twice. And I can honestly say there's never one day where I'm not literally laughing or cackling hard, like cheeks hurting, side splitting laughter. Because Dave is crazy and he's always saying something to like literally just put a smile on my face, or wrestling with the kids. Yeah, there's yard work to do, or, you know, be like, okay, we got these bills to pay. I feel like we're always paying bills, but it's like, hey, we can go hang out or we can go enjoy ourselves. Like the things we have accomplished together. Like when we initially got married, he was in an apartment, I was at home. So when we got married, you know, I was supposed to be going into the officers program. I was headed to OCS and he was about to deploy. Wow. So our first year, we were completely separated. Our first year of marriage, he was in Iraq, and found out I didn't get to go to the officers because we found out Junior was on the way. So that, you know, threw a monkey wrench in immediately. But when he came home, we had Junior, and we have never missed a beat since. Like we literally hit the ground running and have been rolling full steam ahead ever since. Like fuck 0 to 60, 0 to 90. Let's run it. Let's hit this Autobahn and go with it. So I love it. It's never the same day twice. I even on days where you may feel down or you feel upset, but you know, you literally sit back or you just look around at everything that you've accomplished or the things that we've built together. And it's like, there's no way I would have ever thought this would be my life. Like these are the things that we would be able to do together. Like this is freaking amazing. It's like just even the little small things is like, Dave, we got a shed. Like we're excited about a shed. It's like, bruh, we got room to do extra shit now. So it's small things that some people was like, man, we are having a good time. We are enjoying ourselves. And although we are out here in Texas away from everybody else in our family who's on the other side of the country, but we're having a good time. So I love it. I wouldn't trade this life for nothing else.
Yep.
I think that, first of all, let me clap that up. Because I just saw, there's a, what is it called? Is it called The Talk with Lonnie Love and them? Not The Talk, but
The Real.
The Real.
I really like May, Gina May, I think it is.
Jenny May.
Oh, they just got married.
Right.
Yeah, they did.
I would say one thing that I've always said, proof is always in the words that you don't hear, but what you see. And so Candace, like how you are about your marriage is kind of like, I'm so excited for her because you can see genuinely that they're just happy to find one another. And I think that's really super dope. So next up is Keela.
Y'all know I'm crazy. I like how little he says no.
Wait.
I hate no. Like I hate no. I really do hate the word no. And so he barely ever says no. And that has gotten us like into some great adventures and a lot of fun. And I think that him allowing me to like be who I am, because I can change my mind. I can want to do different. I want to do everything like that I want to do. You know what I'm saying? If I feel something, if I find a passion for something, like I just want to do it and do it to the end. And he has been like, okay, yep, we can do that. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that has brought, that's a big part of our relationship and why it's this.
Come on.
I was about to say why we're so happy.
Right. But see, this is the thing.
Because I'm leading the way.
But see, this is the thing. When I see you, I think freedom. Like when I
yes.
understand it, I think like abundant, this love, like boom, like
Yeah.
boom, like twins. But when I see you, I see the paradise of freedom for a person that's independent and wants to be in something where her husband doesn't make her a prisoner.
Yes.
And doesn't keep her bound. Like that's super freaking dope because most men wouldn't feel comfortable with his
Yes.
small self. He's a king.
Yeah. Yeah. He's very, very confident. You know, he's opened my mind, my thinking. Like I'm not the person that I was before I met him. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm much better. I've had a lot of great experiences since he's been in my life. And you are right about the whole freedom thing, because that is very important to me. Freedom to do me, period. And so, like, I feel like my job for him is to protect him and to make sure that he's able to get as much out of life, you know what I'm saying, more than he would give himself.
Come on,
And
Jada.
so
I feel like Jada like that when we're like, I bet you won't.
listen, but at the same time, I feel like he would only like maybe work, right? He'd throw himself into his job and he would be super focused on that, and all of his like maybe his excitement or something, his happiness would come from work. And I think that he allows me to put all of these different experiences in front of him so that he can also find different ways to be happy, and not just this one thing that maybe he like, because he's laser focused when he's focused, you know. And I feel like I love the fact that I can take care of him and I can be like, okay, well, let's do this. He's never done this. I can think of different things and just open his mind up in terms of experiences, and he opens my mind up like just on how to look at life and how to really live in this reality that we're living right now.
Well,
So yes, the amount of times he does not say no. He says yes all the
come on, this tea, it's getting hot in here.
time.
Hold up, can I read somebody's comment real quick?
Yes, please.
So Mr. Shane says, I have my partner who I have been lucky enough to see the world with. He has molded me as I have him. He covers where I fall short and vice versa. I'm lucky enough that even after 8 years, he can still roll up in a t-shirt and sweatpants, and I'm intrigued. He also understands and supports my opinion that Cabana is a walking Adonis and with a pure heart and soul. So in other words, he compliments Shane, but also supports Shane's infatuation with Cabana.
I love you, Shane. I love you. That's all the way, like all the way here. I mean, like that.
I love it. Lance, hold up. Lance chimed in too. Lance said, establishing the same mindset and goals you want to, wait a minute. No. There was something else he said. Wait a minute. Okay, maybe he didn't answer that question. All right, Tyrone Gregory is checking in with us from the road. He says, Shell Bell is my medicine. When I'm down, she puts my cape on top of hers. She is my life water. That's so sweet.
Oh, we miss you. We miss you.
Boo.
Be safe out there, bro.
Yeah, he driving home. Adonis, Cabana.
Okay,
Adonis.
I mean, he's not wrong.
We ready?
He's not.
He is not wrong.
Oh, dang. Don't y'all do that, because I'm about to blush black. Don't do that.
I ain't never heard nobody say blush
I'm
black.
about to blush black.
Blush black. That's new.
Thank you,
Coined it.
Danielle, for your comment. Yeah, she been around. She knows how Sebastian and I are.
I love everybody.
We checking on y'all. I'm trying to stay on top of it. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. For my marriage, it is very simple. I married my best friend. One thing that I battled with through high school, through college, and through life was not understanding why I never understood the phrase, I mean, you too good of a friend for me to.
Right.
I could never swallow that pill because I'm like, with all of, other than I'm gonna call them Fab Five, other than the Fab Five, all my other friends on this planet have been guys. So not that I wanted to be with all of them, but there were a certain choice few that I'm like, yo, I can sit and vibe with you all day. To me, that's what marriage is supposed to be like, or relationships were supposed to be like, because I watched my parents.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And a lot of times I kind of got that whole, well, we're two good friends, we, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, all right, I don't understand what the fuck that means, but all right, if you say
They
so.
friend zone you, dog.
Yes, I got friend zone a lot, and but with him, with Maurice, I think it was just unique because when we met, neither one of us was trying to get at each other at all. It wasn't even a I'm trying to holler situation. It wasn't even like that. And so
Same here.
yeah, so I think he got to see my authentic self from the jump. Like no shows, no camera, no none of that. I just, you know what I'm saying? He got to see authentic Shonda. That's who he got to see, and we just vibed on that level regardless. So when he got to see Dizzy, he was like, wait a minute, who is this person, And I cannot explain how easy this marriage is because it is with my best friend. It's easy. I wake up with my best friend. I have stupid conversations with my best friend. We are laughing at movies, same shit, different best friend. He can't even really make me angry because I told him, God gave you to me because you have an accent. And when you try to get mad for real, it is funny to me. And so I think it's like an intentional diffuser. You get mad and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. He don't normally yell. Let me sit my ass down. What? And then the accent on top of it is like, okay, right. I can't, but because he is my best friend, and I also kind of agree with what Keela said is I very rarely get told no. Like if he says no, it's a real, like, we cannot afford this right now.
Or he's already calculated it anyway.
Right. It's something like that. It's not the lack of support ever. Because anytime I want to do anything entertainment-wise, he is on.
Do it.
Yep, go do that. Where you going next? Korea? Bring me back this. Like, there's not even a question of what I'm doing with that stuff. He's always on board. But the one thing I cherish, look, I'm about to bring Cabana's word. The one thing I cherish more than anything is the balance that he brings to my life. And it's something as simple as I recognized after we got married, I get angry quick, but I get over it quick. My husband it takes a long time to get him angry, but when he's angry for a long time. Right. And that is balance. That is balance because we both can't be angry quick. That's a recipe for disaster. And we both can't have grudges for a long time. That's another recipe for disaster. So it's always, if I'm angry quick about something and he's not angry about it, then he kind of folds and comes and comforts me. Mm-hmm. If he's mad about something that I think is a little this is dumb. Why are you still mad about this? Then I have no problem folding and coming and assisting him and bringing him back up. But he's my best friend. There's absolutely nothing I cannot talk to him about. And I think I can do that for another, 50, 60, 70, 80 years. I can do that. You know what I mean? So it's just easy. It's just easy.
That's great.
Yeah.
So with my husband, he is.
But look, there's a lot to a husband too. You do have to take care of a husband, so you got to be ready for that responsibility.
Look, this is what we can ask Cabana. What are you, Cabana?
Like a downside, though. I'm gonna let you know.
We ain't having the real conversation now.
Look, what is Cabana looking for? What are you looking for? We've talked about what we have. What is it that you want? No. what is it that you need?
Ooh.
Not want, but what is the need?
I need a mate, a husband. I love, honestly, the three. The first one would be the best friend. That is important. I said it earlier. The balance of friendship and relationship is important. I want to be able to laugh my face off. I want to be able to be silly. I am a very soft person. I'm confrontational when it comes to people I love, and I will get you in 2 seconds flat, maybe one. I will jump you like nobody's business and not the way you like. But I but I definitely want that. And then two, I do want freedom to be my soft gentleman self. I love a person that is a strong man. So we can say masculine, but he appreciates my identity. He appreciates who I am, and I don't have to like harden up for it. I don't have to like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna do all that stuff. I just want to be able to be comfortably and free, and we engage in that freedom. I want to be expressive. I don't want to be denied. I don't want to be ignored. I want to be acknowledged. I like affection, holding hands and all that kind of stuff. I do. So I think that for me is not an overly thing, and I know people are not comfortable, but that's what I love. And most importantly, like with Candace, yo, I love the fact no day should be the same. You know, allow us to go there, and I want to be challenged. I love being challenged, even to the point that I can have an attitude. I'll be like, oh, but then I'll be like, okay, you're right. You got it. Let's go on the back. I'll thank you. I'll thank you later. I really, for me, it's all about just a real relationship. I want to build. I want to lay in the bed and build legacy and dreams. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it for myself first, Keela. I'm doing it for me. But the person I get with, how cool would it be to get with someone that y'all can talk about the future of building that empire and doing things? So I look at relationships as truly a partnership, a business, and you're coming to the table to negotiate what you have to offer each other. But I do want to be dated and swoon, honey.
Yeah.
And then I want someone to unlock this door, because as we know, the groceries are still in the package. It's very fresh, untamed, untouched merchandise. And so
the purest of gold.
Right. So therefore I want someone to take me to the 50 Shades. And
wait, that's a big jump, Cabana. Wait a second. Yeah, don't jump to gray. You might need to stay in some beige for a second.
Well, I mean, if we married,
go over there. Go over there.
If we married or whatever, I want to be able to then it's like you're with your mate and you can explore all the way from the top to the bottom. So it really for me is about letting it go. And I always say, when people say falling in love, you have to fall. But instead of falling backwards, I fall forward. So if it doesn't work out, I still fell forward, and I'm going to enjoy what I have experienced, because I do believe, I can't predict if we're going to stay together, but I can predict while you with me, I am a beautiful roller coaster ride.
Yes.
With soft pillows.
Oh. Give me a place to land.
Right?
Give me a place to land.
Look, I just have to say, so Mr. Shane, look, I'm adding Shane and Lance's comment together because I love the way that they articulated this. Shane said, Cabana, I cannot wait to see who is meant for you. What a light that must be. And Lance says, patience is key. The right person will be attracted to what you bring to the table. That is when you know you have found someone you have been looking for. It may take longer than others. However, delayed gratification is so worth it. My girl Kat said, me and Cabana looking for the same man.
You better say it, Kat. And you know the funny thing, one of my favorite couples.
Shane, wait a minute. Hold on, real quick. And then Shane said he got them Whole Foods soul food groceries.
I mean, I was about to
you can't even.
Well kept. Honey, toes did, nails did, everything did.
That's right, boo. That's right.
I would say my favorite couple in
Let them know.
all the worlds for me, because I love the story, was Ruby Dee and Ozzy Davis. I love that story, not because they were together so long, but when he told the story and she told the story, it was the same. She wasn't even attracted to him. She didn't find him attractive at all. And he came into her life. I almost get a little sentimental because even when it was time for when he passed, you could see the connection that was so like broken and severe. Like they rode for each other. They went to movies. They did. He conquered her because he knew, like he was like, I knew she was the one for me. And even though she couldn't see it, I didn't push myself. I just showed up. Woo! He just showed up. And
Well,
when he showed up, that was great.
That's funny because both of when Reese and I first met and we went back to our respective corners, because again, when we met, it wasn't trying to holler at all. I went back, my girl Susan Young in Germany. What's up, Susan? I went back, she was like, yo, how was your trip to Aachen? How was the basketball tournament? I was like, girl, the basketball tournament was dope. You got dudes playing basketball from, 10 different countries and everybody over 6'5". I was in heaven. She was like, so what about the dude Maurice, the one that invited you? I was like, oh, he was cool, but girl, he too African for me. That's not what I want. He too skinny. That's exactly what I said.
He too skinny.
He too skinny. Yo, too something to do something. I can't wear your clothes and look like Winnie the Pooh. I need some cushion. So he was too skinny. He was too skinny. I wasn't attracted at all, even remotely. Right. So later on after we got married or whatever, or no, when we got engaged, we were having a conversation. And I asked him, I said, hey, so this is what I said to my homegirl about you after this basketball tournament. And he was like, he said, well, don't feel bad. I said, why? He said, well, the guys, my boys, asked me about you. And I told them, oh no, she's not it. Because again, we were not trying to date or nothing.
I love your husband.
He said, she cool, but he said, she's your typical loud American. She's got tattoos, she's got piercings. Nah, that's what he said.
Wow.
Nah, she's your typical loud American. And I was like, nah, he too African for me, girl. So, right, we weren't either. It was like, I was looking at them 6'7". Look, I was looking at them Sebastians. Them Sebastians at the turn, looking at them 7 foot tall Greek men with the green eyes. I almost came back Shonda Kakaloponos, because I was peeping the Greek dudes, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, again, it because friendship. It was friendship. He was in a screwed up situation with somebody. I was in a screwed up situation with somebody. We getting advice from each other. We trying to make stuff work with somebody else. And it was just like, why we keep, as I say a lot, why we keep trying to put this square peg into this round circle? Why do we keep trying to make this work with other people? And even after we split from those people, it was still 2 or 3 months before we were like, I mean, why not? Let's try. And we did. And I haven't been able to get rid of them since. So,
Look at there.
Yeah, we were not on the same page. Okay, question. One more question about millennials. Millennials believe in prenups.
Oh.
It is almost like mandatory, like 62% rise in prenups for millennials. Thoughts?
They have more. Their parents were able to pass down more to them, I'm sure, so they have a lot more to lose than before, that they come into the relationship with, coupled with how many people actually get divorced. And, that list that you get, that you were talking about earlier, I think, people just have more to lose when they're going into a marriage.
Okay.
I think that, it depends if you really got something to prenup with. Like when you say prenup, I feel like you need to have like really substantial.
Yeah.
I've heard some people say prenup, and I was like, you only got like an EBT card and 50 cents.
No way.
I mean, but for real, like some people like.
That is my EBT card.
Got my name on it.
But
Mine.
I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? It's like
It ain't no joint account.
I'm gonna get this prenup, and I'm like, what are you nupping though? You don't got no nups.
What are you nupping?
What are you nupping?
What are you?
That is a
nupping?
t-shirt.
Yeah.
That is a
What
t-shirt.
you nupping? I need you to post up, not pre-up. What's up?
But those people aren't really doing a prenup. I mean, like Sebastian tried to get me with a prenup, but no.
Wait,
Wait a minute. Hold up. Let's talk about this.
not the
Wait a minute. Why?
Suck a laugh.
No, he has assets, you know what I'm saying? And so he knew he needed to protect those assets. That's something I think Germans, that's just what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like it's smart. It is smart. But yeah, it never happened. You know what I'm saying? But not that I would ever, you know what I'm saying?
No, you don't say no to Keela.
But he don't say no, you know what I'm saying? So it didn't happen. We didn't, end up having a prenup or anything. But I'm also like, I'm not that type of person at all. You know what I'm saying? To be like, I'm not taking anything from you that is not mine.
Right.
Period. But people do need to protect themselves against that, because some people think that once you are married, like what's yours is mine, including the shit that you had when you came in here. And so they can be vengeful at the end of, a marriage and try to hurt you. They can do that. I don't know those type of people, but they're out there.
Right. I don't, I would have never signed a prenup for anybody, because I think because of the person I am a business person. And two, I know that whatever you bring to my table that we're sharing, I'm going to add value to whatever you brought. So I don't think it's fair that if you come to me with your, then my husband didn't do this, but if you come into this marriage and you bring me your raggedy ass business and I helped you build this business, when we split, don't think I'm not going to have access to this business that I helped you build.
That's different though.
Right. But I know, but I'm just saying the way that some people's prenups are written, it's like, this is my business. You might have came in and it may have been worth $5,000. Now it's worth $500,000, but it's your business. We're not playing it. And that's why I don't really play with the prenup thing. It's like, I'm cool with, if we split and bless you, boo.
Bless you.
Can we admit, can we commit to 50-50? Can we commit to something? I am not a greedy individual. Are you clean?
Wow.
Yeah, get behind my ear. Get behind.
The disrespect.
No, he just sprayed my whole damn face.
My reaction, I was like, is that COVID? Wait a minute.
So I feel if I helped you build, then I deserve a portion. I don't want
that would be marital assets though.
Agreed. But I'm just saying, I'm not signing nothing. I'm not signing.
I sign a prenup. Keep all your shit. Keep it all. Like if I had to do it over, if he actually would have presented me with papers, it was just a conversation. And but if he would have ever presented me with papers, I would have signed them. Nobody want your funky ass shit.
Keela is that. No. When I see Keila act like this, I can see the 5, 6, 7-year-old like, I don't need your crayons anyway. I got my own box.
Yes. This is me.
Yeah, that is.
From my dad said I have not changed.
Right, exactly. So no, we're not signing a prenup, and especially because of the position that my husband has in his family. No, I'm not.
You like, I am. She is me, and she will always be.
Yeah, that's right. We not. Because every decision that comes across the table, I've helped you with. So, but I'm not trying to take nobody's village. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not that person.
But look at Kat, dang, where he at? Let's roll up on them.
Who?
She said Kat in the comments. She said, She said that's why you make those decisions before things are combined. I started my marriage with a house and making more money than him, left with nothing. He actually fought me for stuff, including our daughter's car.
Wow, Kat.
Damn.
I'm sorry about that, Kat.
Let's roll up. Cause
Yo, we riding out for Kat. That dude's an ass.
mm-hmm.
Look, that's your daughter car. That's not even your car.
Like what? petty. That's what I mean. Like people are petty at the end of a marriage, and they can be very mean and very vengeful to where they don't care about you. They can actually look at you, be like, I've been with you this whole time, probably even had kids with you, but now like I'm shut off and we have beef.
I have a question.
Wait. I think we should do a vote if Candace signed a prenup or not. Because
Candace, you signed a prenup.
Candace didn't sign a prenup.
Candace said, I make more money than all these motherfuckers.
No. I'm like, did she sign a prenup?
Candace, what's up?
She
Prenup
would.
or no?
I think she would, but I don't think they
I
did.
didn't, but I would if need be.
Oh, okay.
Look,
okay.
Candace, like, I make more money than every motherfucking body.
I can take care of my damn self. Look.
Because clearly I was working like a Jamaican when we met. So, but if we had things like that were, to a point that's like, okay, I already had all of this going on before I met you. Like, okay, I'm just trying to protect myself. I get it. I totally understand. I'm not against having one. But me personally, I didn't sign. We didn't decide or have a conversation about that beforehand. So no, we didn't do it. But, if it came down to it and that was a conversation that we needed to have, and it was something like, okay, let's go back to the drawing board and make this shit happen. I might feel some type of way, but like, fuck it. I want your shit no way, but here we go.
Mm-hmm.
I am mad that Shane said, what in the Wakanda is...
I said, now I want to watch Black Panther. Thank you.
Shane. Look, I ain't trying to take nobody village. I don't want nobody. I don't.
Right.
I don't.
yes, you do.
I don't want to.
I'm not signing my village away.
No, I don't. Look, I enjoy the place that I sit in the life that my husband has. That's dope. But I'm not trying to go fly to Cameroon and take care of stuff.
Right.
I don't want to do that. I don't want it. I will help you manage it, but I don't want to go there for nothing. Nothing. I want to go say hi to family. Look, Tata Fani, Tata CK, I want to come see you, but I'm not trying to go handle no stuff. No, you go handle that. I'll give you advice because I know business. But I'm not going to try to, if it ain't going to happen, but if we ever separate, I don't want to take that.
Yeah.
That's your legacy, your family.
People,
I don't want to touch, I don't want that.
Some people are mean. Some people are really mean.
Right, I know, and I agree. But see, I'm not that person.
Yeah.
And the thing is that, you have these assets, you have these things in Africa that are for you. I have my own assets and stuff here in the States. I don't want that. I want to help you build that, but I don't want to take it from you. And I agree, Keela. There's a lot of people who are like that. There's
a lot of folks that are vindictive.
And
the crazy thing is, you wouldn't know that, that switch has flipped in their head. It's like, all right, you're dead to me. I don't want anything else to do with you, but I'm taking all of my shit and half of yours too. It's like,
that's what I'm saying. And sometimes I wonder, because I know me, but I have to step outside of myself sometimes, because I will say I do know that I do understand that I have been blessed with the gift of discernment. I know that, okay? But it bothers me sometimes. I'm like, you mean to tell me that no time during your entire relationship with this person did you know they could be this petty? Like, look, hold on. I'm going to use her as an example. I'm going to use her as an example. I love my Keela. Okay. I love my Keela.
What you about to say?
Wait a minute. Let me. I love
I already know where this is going.
I love my Keela. But I know my Keela based off of experiences, not that I've had that she's done towards me, that I have seen her do towards others. So I know if shit ever hits the fan with me and Keela, there's a strong possibility that pettiness will be thrown my way. It doesn't make me love Keela any less. I just am aware that I might get a Christmas tree.
Oh, why?
But I mean, I'm just using it as a example. I know Keela.
Yeah.
I know Keela she is a list of 500 million amazing things.
Yeah.
But I know if shit's popping off, Keela.
Don't hurt my feelings.
Can be petty as shit.
Don't hurt my feelings.
I love you. Right.
But you would never. You would never. We would just have a disagreement.
Never.
You know what I'm saying? We may have a disagreement or whatever, but like it's just the people who really do me wrong.
Right. I know that. I know. And I will never be in that column because I don't do shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I know that if there ever had to be a nasty divorce of me and Keela, and I did some shit to hurt Keela's feelings, I know Keela is with the shits.
Yeah.
So I gotta be prepared. All right, what you want? 80% of everything. Fine, Keela. Give Keela 80%. Like I'm not gonna fight because I already know what Keela's gonna want, and that's just in a friendship. So I find it very difficult in relationships for people to truly say they didn't know that their mate was this type of person. Like you never saw this personality before. What do y'all think?
I think that probably the depths in which they will go. You know what I'm saying? Like I think I know Sebastian, and like Sebastian would just be like so dismissive of me and like I don't exist, but he also won't fight me. And I think if he went further than that, then I can't predict that. If he maybe was so angry that he not only did he like he distanced himself from me, but he just like didn't even take care of anything. Like if we were getting a divorce, I wouldn't expect him not to like to distance himself so much to where he would just ghost me and not take care of the divorce. You know what I mean? And not take care of his business. And I think that's what people don't see. They may see a little bit of it, but to the depths that some people go to, I don't know if they see that all the time. Because some people can be petty. Like I would never try to take 80% of something that's 50%.
I know, Keela.
You know but what I would do.
It's an example.
But I would do something. I would be petty in another way, most likely. But if I then like just totally went out of my character and went to another level of that pettiness, that's where maybe you wouldn't see, you know what I'm saying? Like you wouldn't be expecting that. You wouldn't expect me to really like drag you on the internet and you know what I'm saying,
right.
Like do all type of stuff. You may not see that. You might see like I might do something in a quiet space where maybe only you and I know, or a small group of people. But then if I took it to where the world knows, or you know what I'm saying, like a whole bunch of people, that would be much.
Right. And I just think it's crazy that people allow, and I've been privy to the same thing. So I'm not gonna say this like I've never done this, but I just find it crazy. And I guess marriage would be the situation where this would happen, or divorce, should I say, where a situation or a split of a situation would cause you to go so outside of your character, your very being.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you now, I'm one of them. Look, I'm a take whatever you want type of bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want the house. Do you want the house? You want the house? Cool. I'm going to an apartment. Like, I don't want to fight over that type of stuff. You want the house? That's fine. I will go move into an apartment. But I want the kids. Do you want the kids? Then that's something I will fight you on. But what I won't do is go on social media and blast you. I'm not going to blast you to your people. I'm going to tell the truth to your people. If you call that blast, then it's blast, but the truth is not blast. I'm going to tell the truth. I'm not going to defile you or defile your character. I'm going to say exactly what your character is. Now, if you take that offensive, then you got to check your character. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes I like a lot of friends that I have that have gone through or are going through divorces. It pains me to know that everyone else around you knew that this was the personality of your mate, except for you.
Yeah, I can see that.
Everyone else knew that he and or she was a jackass, that they was petty as hell, that they was going to try to take you for everything. And then on top of that,
everybody else saw the red flags.
Right. And your friends probably tried to tell you about this person in advance. You chose not to listen. You were blinded by love, et cetera, et cetera. And then it's like, now that you're in this situation, it's like, I don't know what to do. How could he ever? And one of my things is, and I'm not trying to sound like Maya Angelou, but I will say this. If this is the person that they have always shown you, why are you surprised when they show you who they are?
Yeah.
And I understand Maya Angelou, when people show you who they are, believe them. I get it. And that's a good statement, but people tend to forget. Look at the pattern of behavior. Why are you, if you know somebody who is selfish, self-absorbed, etc., why are you upset for them doing a self-absorbed action?
Yeah.
This is who they are. And guess what? I don't even find it a problem if you love them for who they are. I have a friend. She is a pathological liar. I am aware that she is a pathological liar. Do I push her to the side and not fuck with her at all because she's a pathological liar? No. I know that you a liar. So I know that 50% of this shit you telling me is false. I still love you.
Now everybody on Disney feed gonna be like, wait a minute.
Who? Is it me?
Like, is she talking about me?
Is that me? And then Disney, I'm gonna say this. Most times people get with those people even though they know their characteristics, because people be marrying and dating people because they feel like they can change them.
And you can't.
And trauma bonds and all type of things where you relate over trauma.
What's the thing? Let me say it right. Let me do my hands with my girls. You got potential. I see it.
Not the millennials. Millennials are not
no, they don't do that.
Towards the end, millennials, the younger ones, they are not going off of potential, because fuck that. Don't go off of potential.
Yeah, potential.
Ain't nobody date. You know what I'm saying? Do it at a distance. You know, you don't have to marry. Like I said, marriage should be one of the most serious things that you do.
Come on.
I like that you said that when she talked about potential, because so I'm going to go a little bit left. I know we running long, but I'm going to go a little bit left because something that I just saw on Facebook the other day. And it kind of jumps off what you just said. I see his potential. Mm-hmm. All right. So I saw a post. I'm part of this group on Facebook called the Melanin Wives Club. I really just look at it just to see what everybody's talking about. But sometimes these young brides get on my goddamn nerves. But overall, it's good conversation, right? Yes, and I feel like I'm making a difference in a general sense in young girls' life by giving them the grown woman perspective, right? Mm-hmm. It always seems like once I make my comment, nobody says dumb shit after it, right? All right. So they posted a post that said, if she wasn't with you when you were broke, then don't let her be with you when you made it. And I said, okay, but who got time Who has time
Say
to
it.
stay with a 40-year-old rapper? I mean,
Dang.
Damn.
Somebody who doesn't have anything going on themselves.
true. So then I had to take it back because I was like, all right, in my 20s, when my husband was, and I joke with him all the time, when my husband was the broke student and I was the one working for the government, I saw potential. Why? You're going to school. You're acing your grades. I know you're going to get this master's. I know you're going to get these, because you've already shown me you've got double bachelors. Of course you're going to get double master. I see true potential. I saw it. So yeah, I'm going to stick with you, the broke student. And now what? Reaping, I guess you could say, reaping the benefits of one believing in the broke student. But I think that sometimes women believe in the potential of the wrong shit.
That's the thing. Like, that isn't potential. That is he's working towards his goals. You know what I'm saying? He is living in his potential. He's actually, you know what I mean, showing, because he's taking that extra step to go and get a master, because he's already a double bachelor's. We're talking about the people like who you see how like, well, he could be if he just asserted more effort, perhaps. But if that person isn't doing something themselves, then that will be wasted potential. Like, you can see it because you can see talent, you know what I'm saying, regardless if they're working towards that or not. But if that person isn't even doing anything for their talents to foster the things that they say that they want, and all they're doing is talking, now that is when you need to recognize that, okay, no, you know what I'm saying, this is a waste of time.
A good game.
Exactly.
A good game.
Right.
But what's your 3 to 5 year plan? Like, what goals do you have set?
Mm-hmm.
Or where do you see yourself? Or if we stay together, where do you see us in the next 3 to 5 years? What's your 10-year plan? Like,
you have to be
I was really disturbed on this site when I was listening, when I was not listening, reading, when I was watching some of the responses from some of these women. I'm like, yo, you are no longer believing in potential. This is not what you're believing in. And again, true. And I can also understand the flip side. If you was grinding or lack thereof, and the woman was like, I ain't got time for this, I'm out, then yeah, she kind of wrong for trying to jump back in now that you're a millionaire. But you know, I agree with that piece as well. But
that's him showing,
Right, exactly. But if for real, I like her statement, realize potential. Are you really doing something to get to this piece? Then I agree. I got it. Okay, I will invest, I will help, I will this, I will that, because I want to see you grow. But that's not always, and I find it funny that sometimes people aren't able to differentiate the two.
Yeah, I would also, sorry, Kavana, real quick, I would also say that it is I'm not faulting anybody who doesn't want to be along for that grind, because it is difficult. If you have something going on and the other person doesn't, that can be very difficult and a strain, and be, let's say it lasts, and let's say it lasts a year. That's a year of your life that is like not in a happy place. Like, how many of those do you want? Why do I have to be unhappy? Why does that other person have to be unhappy? Because maybe they're not completing, or like they're not where they want to be right now, and they really don't have any aspirations to get there.
Right.
You know, so I definitely don't, like, I think if you don't think that you can be with somebody while they're grinding and they're hustling, they're not making any money, you're not wrong for that either.
Agreed. All right, so roundabout Millennium. Yes, sir.
I just want to say this. It's really important for people to understand. You need to choose people that choose you. This has been my most recent. Even though I'm not in relationships, I look for people with potential. I help all the time, and potential is seeing people's greatness. But one, they have to see it for themselves, and two, you have to commit to the person that commits to you. And it's not a selfish thing. It's really just an acknowledgement. If you feel the forces coming at you, per se, and you know that this person is choosing you and choosing to see your potential and vice versa, that's really when it's the most advantageous for someone to get in any kind of relationship, friendship, bond, business, whatever you want to call it. I think a lot of times we are told, like, you know, don't look for anything. Lies from the very pits in the bottom. You should look for a person that recognizes and acknowledges what you have, and they're like, yo, I believe in you, and I think that we can actually help one another. And it does start right there. And you'll see less of those, because most people are looking for people to see their business presentation. Because I feel like people that we say they have potential, they're all they're doing is like actually giving you a visual, hoping that you would buy into their game and invest your time. And then when you look back on the end, latter end, you realize your time was only invested in them. But it should
to be reciprocal. Yeah.
Agreed.
Great word, reciprocal.
All right. So millennial marriages, last roundabout. Look, hands in the air. Put your hands in the air. All right. So last roundabout. Let's start with Cool Candace.
Find who compliments you, who allows you to be you. Find someone that will challenge you and that will allow you to grow on your own as well as with them. Life is a learning experience. Life is all about the choices that you make, and who you choose to be with can be one of your greatest accomplishments and your greatest failures at the same time. So if you're still searching, if you haven't already found that person, keep working at it. But in the meantime, enjoy the ride and have fun. Like Keela's aunt told her, do everything you want and everybody. Have fun, do whatever you want to do, enjoy yourself. YOLO, motherfucker. Enjoy yourself. It's still COVID. Wash your hands, wash your face, wash your ass, and wear your mask, because you spring breakers, y'all about to fuck it up for everybody. I want to enjoy my summer, but I need y'all to act right now. Just saying. But
all right, everybody. Miss Keela Mahogany.
So, young people, and I'm talking to the young people.
I feel like music going great.
No, I just you know, I just want to say, take your time, have fun. Like, young ladies, this is not like, you don't have to do it right now. Whatever somebody said that you have to do right now, you don't have to do it right now. Take your time. It is much easier to accomplish your professional goals if you are not a wife. Okay. So your head is clear, your decisions are your own, and you're able to put all your, you know, time and energy into that. So I'll say that, number one. Not saying that it can't happen, and that, you know, if you do become a wife, that your life can't be elevated or anything. But when you are young, it is okay to not have that distraction of a relationship. And yeah, just be yourselves, find out who you are before you tie yourself with someone, because you will feel differently and you'll feel like this is supposed to be for life. And so you want it to be as fun as possible. As fun as possible. That is the goal. It's not necessarily about like having the most sexual marriage or anything like that. It's like, what am I going to do? And who is the person who's going to be there for me when I'm really sad, really, 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 really sad? You know what I'm saying? Because you may be one day, and now you're living with a person. And if you're not being your authentic self, then that can be a very difficult situation to be married into. So try to be your authentic selves before you tie yourself up with somebody else. And that's it. Y'all have a good week. We'll see you next weekend.
Bad. And Mr. Cabana Black.
Prenup song. No, if you buck.
Hey.
No, if you buck.
Yes.
No, if you buck. No.
Sign it.
Hey. Anyway,
Crazy.
I would say, for me, topping on after this whole conversation, which was really good, Of course, I'm ready to get married. At body yaddy. But
Not body yaddy.
and then I up and then get stuck. But no, so really for real, I just think that what the blessing that I have is I was able to find out who I am first. I believe you can't marry anything if you can't marry yourself. You know, look at yourself. And if you are the type of person that you would marry, then 9 times out of 10, you're ready to get on that journey to be there. Someone told me a long time ago, you know, write a list of things that you want out of someone. And I did. But then 3 days ago, someone asked me again. It was crazy. He was like, do you have a list of things that you want? And I was like, yeah. He said, but are you what that list is? That person. And ironically enough, I was like, you know what? I can finally say, yeah, I'm actually taking care of me. I'm loving me. I'm investing in my dreams. I'm not concentrating on my loneliness. I'm concentrating on my peace. I'm walking in my truth. And so when I started thinking about it, I was like, yeah, I actually am. And he said, that's when someone can come. Because you have to match what you want, because we have these great ideals of what we want, but we're not really the thing that will come and get it. Like, you know, you wanted this $1 million this and that, but you know, I mean, I'm not hating on Section 8, but child, they may
We're not Section 8.
I'm not
I wish I ain't have to pay a liquor rent right now.
Right. I'm not hating on it at all. But you know, that person that you look for, it may not dwell in that section. You know, the life that you live, you know, you want someone someone says super cultured, but you know, you just staying at home. You're not going anywhere. You're not seeing anything. You got to go visit these places because you visit all these different cultures. You might find that person as you visit. So what I was getting at is like, as you live your life, then another life can come live in your life. I think that's the best way to say it.
Look at you. Poetry.
Emotion.
So all I would have to say is I feel like I have been in a fortunate situation to watch a couple of 45 going on 46 years do the damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so therefore I had a blueprint going into marriage on what it should look like. I'm not a child of divorce. I'm not a single parent home child. I have always been around the same mom and daddy all my entire life.
Blessing.
And seeing them has motivated me and given me the tools I think that I need to navigate marriage. Is it always easy? No. Is it always fun? No. No. Yeah, shit happens. Life happens. That makes that shit a little bit difficult. But when you choose someone who makes it just a little bit easier, that makes you feel like in your life that you are not alone, that you're not doing it by yourself, it just makes life better. It just makes it better. And guess what? The title of married couple doesn't have to come along with that. I'm sure you guys have, anybody out there, I'm sure you guys have roommates, friendships, whatever, that feel just as good as a marriage to somebody, you know? And if that works for you, then let it work for you. Let it be what it be. It is what it is. Not everybody is required to have a title. Just be happy at the end of the day. If you want to be like Oprah and Stedman and never get married, then do that. If you want to rush out and get married immediately, then do that. But do what's for you. And I agree with Cabana. Make sure you are ready for this. You know, I remember this movie, and now I can't remember the name of it, but it was Tom Cruise and some old white lady, and they had the whole little "you complete me" thing. Nobody else completes you. It was a football movie, I think.
Oh yeah, with oh boy, with
Yeah, nobody else completes you. You need to be complete for you step through the door to try to be with somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Be complete first. I think that people stepping into a realm of you complete me, it leaves too much room for you to settle.
Yeah. And for you not to show up.
And yeah, you don't show up, and then you settle, and then you wonder what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Neither one of you were ready for what you were going into. So, I mean, it is what it is. I love y'all. We are on all major podcast venues.
I need a venue.
Look, I need a venue. I'm trying to go back into the world. We're on all major podcast outlets. Please check us out every Sunday, 1 p.m. We love y'all. Facebook, Instagram, what else? Every goddamn thing. Savannah's now on TikTok.
Yes.
On TikTok. Follow us. We love y'all. Peace. What you got to say? Let me turn this live off.
I can't believe I did the TikTok.